Do you dare enter the woods? This horror story will take you inside an abandoned house filled with blood, whispers, and a killer's shadow. Once you step inside, there's no way out. The cicadas screamed in the fading summer afternoon. 3 friends, Ethan, Lucas, and Daniel, decided to venture deep into the forest near their village, a place everyone else avoided. The elders often warned that somewhere in those woods stood an abandoned house, once the lair of a killer, and those who wandered in never returned. Ethan, always curious and skeptical, laughed at the tales. Just stories to scare kids. Let's check it out once and for all, then go back and tell everyone it's nothing. They carried flashlights, pocket knives, and some food. As night fell, the forest swallowed the last traces of daylight. The sound of insects and rustling leaves pressed against their nerves. After nearly an hour, they spotted a narrow, moss-covered path leading to a crooked wooden house, roof sagging, windows shattered. The air grew unnaturally cold, as if the place itself rejected life. Daniel swallowed hard. Let's go back. This place, it doesn't feel right. But Ethan smirked, his eyes gleaming. We're here already. No point in turning back. Come on. The door creaked open. A wave of mold and decay rolled out. Inside was darkness, broken only by the beams of their flashlights. Scratches scarred the peeling walls, as though fingernails had carved them in desperation. On the floor lay fragments of shattered glass, a broken chair, and dark stains the color of dried blood. Lucas pointed, trembling. Is that blood? Old, but still. No one answered. They pushed deeper into the house, finding a door leading to the basement. A rush of icy air swept upward. The stone walls dripped with moisture, cobwebs thick like curtains. Their lights revealed wooden crates stacked in the corner. Lucas pried one open and froze. Inside lay filthy, decayed children's clothes, along with eyeless dolls. Daniel stammered, "No way. Was this where he kept the children?" The words died in his throat as their lights swept across the far wall. Carved into the stone were crude messages. "Help me. It hurts. Please stop. Mom, I'm scared." Each word screamed silently from the past, suffocating the air with despair. The legends were true. This house had been a slaughterhouse for children. Suddenly, footsteps echoed above them. Heavy, deliberate. "Someone's up there," Lucas whispered. "Probably an animal," Ethan forced calm into his voice. "Let's check. Then we leave." The staircase groaned under their weight. On the second floor, they found a room with broken windows banging in the wind. But what froze them in place was the painting on the wall, a family portrait. Father, mother, 2 children. Every face had been slashed away, leaving black voids. Beneath the painting stood a chair. From it hung a doll suspended by a noose, its head tilted at a grotesque angle. Daniel's voice cracked. "We're leaving." Now, but before they could move, the door slammed shut. Lucas's flashlight died, plunging the room into suffocating darkness. The only sounds were their ragged breaths and footsteps circling them. A whisper brushed against Ethan's ear. "You will stay, too." Cold air swept by. The hanging doll spun slowly, releasing a distorted child's giggle. They shoved the door, finally bursting it open, but the house had changed. The hallway stretched unnaturally long, lined with countless doors. Behind each came scratching, crying, and faint voices begging, "Help me." Lucas gasped. "This isn't real. The house is twisting." Panic drove them forward until they found another door and crashed through it into the backyard. Relief died instantly. In the center stood a deep pit, ringed with crude stone markers. Each marker bore the name of a child. From the hole rose faint wails, whispering up into the night. A figure emerged from the shadows, tall, gaunt, cloaked in rags. His face was hidden, but in his hand glimmered a rusted knife. Slowly, deliberately, he advanced. Daniel screamed, "Run!" They bolted toward the trees. Behind them came the pounding of heavy boots, closer, faster. Breath like ice brushed Ethan's neck. In blind terror, Lucas stumbled. Ethan spun just in time to see the figure descend, knife flashing. Blood sprayed across the dirt. Lucas's scream ripped through the forest, then was cut short. Ethan and Daniel fled, branches whipping their faces, hearts tearing against their ribs. At last, moonlight broke through, and they recognized the familiar edge of the forest. Collapsing, gasping, they realized only two of them had escaped. The next morning, villagers found Ethan and Daniel unconscious at the forest's edge. They babbled their story, but no one believed. Police scoured the woods, yet found nothing. No house, no pit, no graves, just endless trees. Lucas was gone without a trace, but at night, Ethan and Daniel dreamed the same dream. Lucas, pale and blood-soaked, stood in the dark, eyes hollow, whispering, "You left me behind." Madness consumed them. They could no longer separate dream from reality, and so the legend grew. Some say the killer's spirit still roams those woods, conjuring a phantom house to lure the curious inside, never to return. The children's names remain etched on the stones around the pit. And now, so does Lucas's.